Hey guys, good afternoon. It is Monday. It is July 5th. Again, I hope everyone had a nice, safe 4th of July. I've got a lot going on today right now. So I think I've got about 11 orders that I need to get packed up. Obviously, nothing ships out today, but I like to get this stuff packed up before tomorrow, before I go back to work. And then we're leaving in 3 days for Arizona. So be putting my store on, be closing my store down here on Wednesday. Well, it'll still be open. I think I'll leave it open to where you can still shop, but just know that you won't get anything for for a while until I come back. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff to show you. I'll show you guys what's sold, and we also went on a little pick today earlier with John, with one of his buddies. Picked up some things there, and I've got a Facebook Marketplace buy that went right. So I'll show you guys that stuff here in a second too. All right, so let's start with the Facebook Marketplace buy that very much so went right. It was a board game buy. You guys know I love me some board games. These are all really old, just very unique kind of board games. So I paid $60 for the whole lot here, and I'll start with one of the coolest things here. This is a Dick Weber Skittle Bowl. This is a really cool old board game. It says here, this is the next best thing to having a bowling alley in your living room. I don't know if I agree, but this item here sells for between 60 and 100 bucks by itself. So I saw that in the lot, and I figured, you know, if I can make my money back on one item, I'm good with taking a shot on the rest. So we've got that. This All-Star Basketball, I haven't looked this one up yet. I didn't know they made an All-Star Basketball, but this is super cool. So here you've got Chamberlain and Russell, Baylor, Oscar Robertson, Willis Reed, Jerry West. This is just a really cool piece. I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to work. This one does not. I don't think I have a basketball. I didn't see a basketball on there. It's the only thing, but I think it's really cool. And here we just have, you know, some standard, the original Aggravation game. And again, I'll throw some of the comps up there that I've seen for some of these, but this one's not too terrible of a game. Easy Money. Again, I don't remember the prices for a lot of these right now, but anything that I've kept here, I'm pretty confident in moving pretty well. Battleborn is a pretty cool game. I want to say this was like a $25 game or so, maybe. Then there's just a lot of other random stuff here. So some old ping pong paddles. I don't really know a ton about these, but they're old and vintage. I think one of them is made in Japan, so I'm gonna hang on to those. Maybe kind of look at some of those up. It's got this vintage bar rubber horseshoe game. A bunch of carom board pieces. They seem to do relatively well in a lot. And then this landslide game here, it's the Game of Power Politics. That game does very well also. If I remember correctly, right around a $40 to $50 game. Then we've got this Tip Kick Cup, which I've never heard of before. I believe he said he actually got this at a sale when he was overseas, at a flea market over in Europe somewhere. So I hadn't seen that one before. I thought that was cool. These here, Bill Ding. So these are little balancing guys. I thought they were kind of cool as well. Yikes. There was one listing where these sold for like a crazy amount of money, but I think these are like, you know, $15 to $20 item, but just really cool old vintage stuff. And there's this Action Man Silver Speeder. A official electric football, another Tip Kick Cup, and then this awesome casino battery powered arcade type pinball. This one's also about a $60 item as well. So again, once I saw a couple of these things in that listing, I felt that it was well worth a shot. So again, I paid $60 for all that. So still have some work to do to get, you know, this stuff processed and listed. So we'll get to that at some point. What else do we have here? So here's the Laserdisc player that I bought when I just bought the last lot. This is the Pioneer LDV 2200. It does have the remote as well, and I'm hoping, as I was going through the Laserdiscs, and Clockwork Orange is supposed to have 2 discs in it, and there was only 1. So I am very hopeful that the other disc is in here. So we're gonna plug this bad boy in real quick. We're gonna plug this guy in and see what we get. Bah, da da da. Nope, not in there. So I'll have to look through the rest of the discs and see if by chance it is hiding in a sleeve it's not supposed to be in. Okay, so that's that. Like I said, when we went out on Saturday, I really didn't find a whole heck of a lot. My wife found these canisters, which I haven't looked these up. She seemed to think, so these are Chromex. I believe she saw this set going for maybe 30 or 40. We paid $5 for that. And then I bought this, the DK Nintendo drums. I don't know if that's worth anything or not anymore. As for the pick today, so I bought this box here. I paid $80 for this box. So we've got a PS1, a couple controllers, and maybe some power supplies too. I wasn't actually sure if we had full hookup or not, so we might have a full hookup, which would be awesome. So we'll check that. Got a couple of one Nintendo controller. Let's see, a PS2 controller, I think. One of those things. One thing I did not know about was this Joytech. So the person we bought this from, I guess he's heard of Joytech, and he knew that this is like the one off-brand controller that still does very well, has some demand. So we'll look up that one. And also the Spider-Man one, I believe it might be like a $20 or so controller. But other than that, I don't see anything crazy in here. But we'll have to, look through it and see what all we got going in there. And then I also bought, he had a bunch of Star Trek DB9 laser discs, of course. And it was $10 for all of these. What else did I get here? I got this really nice little Puma shirt for $1. It's PGA Junior League Golf. That was a pretty nice little shirt. I bought a bunch of these patches from him. Again, I don't know a ton about them, but I will take a little more time on these as compared to the other ones I had. Look through these a little bit closer, see what we got going there. Okay, so this here is a Kenner Ewok hut. Very cool piece. Does not have any of the other pieces that go with it. So this was, I think, $5 for this guy. So I've seen with a box this thing selling for like $300. Without the box, I think it's more like a $40 item without any of the pieces. So I got to decide whether or not I'm going to hang on to it for a little bit, see if I can maybe procure some pieces or not. So we'll see. All right, so that's what I've got that needs to be processed to get listed. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull what I need to get packed up. All right, so here's what we have that is sold. It needs to get packed up. So I'll start here. I've got these JBL speakers. These were the 160 SI SAT. So I bought all 5 of these and a receiver, I believe for $20. The receiver is not sold yet. I did take an offer on these speakers for $37.50 plus shipping. Up here I've got the Joe Camel Sunshade. I don't remember. This was part of the buy when we went out to the house and during the resale rally. So I took an offer of $9 on this guy. Then I also got this Weebles West. I also bought this at that same sale. Took an offer of $32 on that. I bought this Xavier hat for $1. I bought 3 hats at the same sale, and they're all going to the same buyer. And again, so Chris, I really do appreciate the business. He bought the other 2 hats that I sold as well. So apparently those fit his head nicely, so he went ahead and grabbed this one too. So really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you. So this sold for $15. We got, I think I talked a little bit about these, where I bought these Warhammer books, and some of them are halfway decent. This is just a random lot of 3. Again, these were all 50 cents a piece, and this lot sold for $14. And then we've got the racing helmet, which it's just a beautiful helmet. I'm not going to get it out now because I've already done that, but it's a fantastic helmet. Yeah, it's a fantastic helmet. I paid $50 for this, and that sold for $200 plus shipping. Everything is plus shipping. I'll just get that out of the way now. It's very rare that I have free shipping. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It's just the way it is. So then we've got a couple other laser discs here, so I'll show you guys those real quick. I've got the Lost World and Jurassic Park. This lot sold for $14, and I just picked up a couple more of those too. So those are not the they're not the biggest seller, but they typically go for around that $7 to $10 a piece or so. So not terrible. Actually, it sold for $14.90. So then here we've got the trilogy, in my opinion. So Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. I've had a lot of interest in these. So this will be the second set that I sold. One I sold off of eBay. This one I sold on eBay for $35. And I just picked up another set. And I do have a viewer that wants to buy those as well. So we'll do those outside of eBay because this hasn't been listed there yet. Maniac, this looks like a very interesting movie. I actually have 2 of these. And this one sold for something. What did it sell for? Best guess and go. This sold for $22. And in the last laser disc I have today is Lost Highway, and I believe this one sold for $18. That is it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff packed up just so I can be ready for tomorrow, not have to worry about it. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out, watching, and until next time, stay curious.